Received an iPhone 12 sent by a fan. The fan said the phone was damaged by charging. The fan mentioned they were on a road trip when the phone suddenly became very hot while charging and kept rebooting. After a while, the phone wouldn't turn on. They were in a hurry to use the phone, so they went to a nearby repair shop at a scenic spot. The technician replaced the battery, and it worked fine for a short while. But by the time they reached the next stop, the phone wouldn't turn on again. Now, the after-sales service is no longer available for repair. The fan said they didn't understand why a brand new iPhone 12 would break just from normal charging use. Some people quietly watch the video, but they secretly like, comment, share, repost, and follow. People like this are so cute. We removed the screen and tested the phone with a power meter. The jump current reached over 200 milliamperes. But the phone still showed it could turn on. This current indicates a leakage issue on the motherboard. After testing the battery, we found it only had 7 volts. It needs at least 6 volts to turn on. We activated the battery and reassembled the screen. After reconnecting the battery, we tested the phone by turning it on. We plugged in the charger, but it didn't respond. We inserted the SIM card, but the earphone still had no sound. The fan also mentioned that the phone kept restarting. We checked the restart logs and saw multiple restart events. We opened one of the logs and found that the cause of the restart was an audio circuit fault. In summary, the phone had issues with charging, no sound from the earphone, and frequent restarts. We removed the motherboard and started the repair. The motherboard looked very new, with no signs of water damage or prior repairs. The iPhone 12 uses a double-layer motherboard. Most of the chips are concentrated in the inner layers of the motherboard. For repairs, we need to separate the layers of the motherboard. We first removed the waterproof foam and thermal stickers from the motherboard. Using a hot air gun, we applied heat evenly at 360 degrees Celsius to separate the layers of the motherboard. After separating the layers, we used a microscope to locate the two ICs responsible for charging, the USB management IC and the charging IC. The USB management IC is easily damaged in charging damaged iPhones. We began blind testing around the USB area to see if we could find any abnormalities. When we tested the second capacitor, we found an issue. The resistance was showing only a value of 2, almost grounded. It hadn't fully grounded yet, so we focused on the chips in the pathway, suspecting that they might be damaged. We checked the schematic and the shorted path only led to the USB management IC. Using the hot air gun, we removed the USB management IC. We tested the capacitor at the shorted location again, and it no longer showed a short circuit. This confirmed that the USB management IC was damaged. We cleaned the solder pads and installed a new USB management IC. We tested the phone with the power meter again. After pressing the power button, the current jumped to about 80 milliamperes, and everything returned to normal. We assembled the upper layer of the motherboard into the phone case to test. The iPhone 12's lower layer is responsible for the signal part, so the upper layer alone can power on the phone. After connecting the screen and turning on the phone, we tested it with the charger. The phone was charging properly now. We continued disassembling the motherboard, cleaning the solder points between the upper and lower layers. We resoldered the lower layer and reconnected the layers of the motherboard. After cleaning the motherboard, we assembled it into the phone case to test other functions. After turning on the phone, we tested charging, and there were no issues. The earphone sound was restored as well. We recorded a video for over 10 minutes without experiencing any restarts. A tiny USB management IC caused all these issues. We continued to disassemble the motherboard, reinstalling the waterproof foam and shielding stickers. We then reinstalled the motherboard into the phone case. After tightening all the screws and applying the waterproof adhesive, we installed the screen. The phone was completely repaired now. The failure of the USB management IC was caused by an unstable output current from the charger. iPhones no longer come with original chargers, and I smell the scent of money. For those who bought the iPhone 12, are you trembling now?